So what you want to do is you want to create a new HTML page. Make sure you select HTML and you can give it a document name. We're using HTML5 and we're not going to attach a CSS file at this point. So I've already done that and I named mine index.html. So you want to go ahead and name it index.html. So this is your home page and we're just doing some very basic formatting. At the top of the page, let's look at the code here. So our first line is that doc type HTML, then HTML, and then we have our head. Within that head, there's the opening tag and then the closing head tag. Within that, we have our title tag, which is named index. This title is not going to show up on your web page, but it only shows up at the top of the browser. So if I go ahead and go now and look at my browser, I can see it's named index on my tab. So to give it a title, I want to give my body tag. And if you just type in, you can type in a title. It's going to be GRA 3512 portfolio. Update that here. Then write your name on the next line. And you can do some basic formatting here. Selecting your heading. I've selected heading 1 in my properties panel, and that's just the largest size heading. So just very simple formatting. Then for my name, I've selected heading 2. And I have a sample page link here, and I'm just going to open up that sample page. Got my files panel open, sample HTML, and I just have a brief introduction of myself. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that over to my index page so you can see. So for you, yours is going to look a little bit different, but underneath your name, you can go ahead and include a simple introduction of yourself. And this is going to be used on your e-portfolio. So whatever you want to tell us about yourself for your e-portfolio, when we get to that stage, this is just kind of an outline for you to use later on. You can include interests, hobbies. Give me about a paragraph here. And you can format that. So for my interests and hobbies, I've used the heading 4, and you can see the heading 4 tag in my code. I'm in split view. And then for the paragraph, I just have my paragraph tag, the opening and closing tag. So that can all go on your index page. Then for your next line, instead of sample, you're going to have the text formatting in hyperlinks. So go ahead and create a link called text formatting in hyperlinks, and you want to create a new page. So go ahead and go to File, New, create a new HTML page. I have mine created already, so I'm going to open up my text HTML. Name that text HTML. Remember to use lowercase. And you can give it the title of text formatting in hyperlinks or text formatting examples with your name. And then follow the assignment sheet and include the necessary elements for the assignment. So you want to include a heading, a subheading. You can use underline, bold, italics, bulleted or numbered items, some different colors, different font sizes, and some hyperlinks. So I'm going to go through some of this. I've got a bold. All I'm doing in my properties panel is selecting bold. For italics, I've selected italics and then underline. I can go to left align, and here I'm going to jump over and select CSS for my style sheet. So there are some formatting features that I need to go to CSS to access. So that will be including my, so I can align left, I can align right, center, and then I can add some colors. In the CSS panel, you have a swatch property definer here. If you just click on that, you can select any web color. You can also go to an outside source using a color picker and just copy and paste the code for the color that you want. Then for your bulleted list, I'm going to go back to HTML, and you can select an unordered list, and then you can also select a numbered list. For different font sizes, I'm going to go back to CSS, and you can go from extra small to extra large or extra extra large, so you can play around with that, play around with the different heading sizes. And then I'm just going to move my properties panel so you can see the hyperlinks. So you want to include a hyperlink to Google. Just type in hyperlink to Google, highlight Google. I'm going to go back to HTML panel, and you can just copy and paste the Google URL in here. It has to have the http://. So you want to copy and paste that entire URL into the link. And then for the target, we're going to select blank to open it up as a new page so that we still have our index page open. Then you want to create a hyperlink to App State website, and again copy that entire URL and open it up as a blank page. Then include an email address called website feedback. Just type in mail to : your App State address, and then you can target that as a blank target as well. Then create a hyperlink to the top of the page. So I'm type in top, highlight the word top, and just type in under link here the hashtag top, and that will take you to the top of the. Then for a hyperlink back to the index page, you can use any of the methods we've learned. You can point it back to, I'm going to just go ahead and point that to my index HTML page, so it will take me to that HTML page, and I can open that as a blank page as well. Then the last thing is you want to open or link to an image or a word processing file. I have a JPEG image here in my images folder that I've linked to. You can use any method that you've learned to hyperlink that so that it will open it. I'm going to open that up in a new page as well. And then you always want to provide a link back to your home page. So this one is linking, I have a new index page called Portfolio Index that I'm linking it to. I'm going to go back to my index page now, and you can go and look at some of the code here. You can see all your hyperlink references and where they take you to. Again, we're just doing very basic formatting. If you want to go beyond this, if you have a little more knowledge and want to play around with it, you can go ahead and do more formatting. But just for what needs to be turned in right now, I just want to see some basic formatting. And you can, once you upload your file to your server, App State server, then you can go back to Google Chrome, and I can see how that is going to look on my website. So this is my first page for the website now. And I'm going to show you that other portfolio index page that I linked to, and this is the same basic information with just a little bit more formatting and with some images and a heading, and then of course I've added more things. But what you can do is you can go back later and reformat your index page and add to it as we go on in the course so that it's going to continue to change. But for now, you can have a very simple page with the basic formatting. And make sure that all of your hyperlinks work. Make sure that you have two pages, your index page and your text page with the additional formatting, and that they're both linked to each other.